So previously, I've misdiagnosed an engine noise in my 100 series Landcruiser. Now, originally I thought this was the power steering pump through my series of checks and eliminations at the time, and yeah, I was reasonably confident it was a power steering pump. Turns out not so. Anyway, there is a noise down near the oil pump, power steering pump gear train area on this engine. It's the 1FZ FE. So if you're unaware, these things have a timing chain, and behind the timing chain there is a gear off the end of the crank which drives the oil pump, which then drives the power steering pump. Now, there's a bit of a noise down there. To me, it kind of sounds like maybe it's missing a tooth or something like that on one of the gears. Could also be an issue on the timing chain guides, possibly. Now, in order to really physically see, there's a lot that needs to be stripped off this engine. So, for now, I've just picked up a cheap little borescope, and we're going to drop it down the front of the engine, which happens to have the oil filler cap right at the front. And yeah, we're going to drop it down there. We should be able to see most of the timing chain guides, all that stuff, and hopefully have a look at the drive gears down there. So let's get it in there and see what we can see. Now, I have just driven this up here, so I'm hoping everything is not too oily in there that creates an issue with the camera, but we'll see how we go. Now, this little unit I picked up for under $100 off eBay. So we'll see how it goes. It's not really that much of a flexible lead. It's got a little bit of stiffness to it, which will be handy. We can just sort of drop it in there, and it'll sort of hold its shape. At least that's the theory. It's got a couple of cameras, one on the end and two on the sides. We'll see what the quality looks like, or at least you'll see what the quality looks like in a sec. So, all right, recording. So maybe what I might do is let's just swap over to the main camera to start with. And in we go. Now let's see the brightness of maybe. Alright. I'm hoping we can get past that section there. We might have to give a little bit of a bend and a tweak. We could be off to a failure straight off here. I do have a rag here just to try and keep this a little bit clean on the lens, because it's probably there we go. And this is probably a point where I might get in there and turn the engine over. I can see the both the cam timing chain gears and basically the top of the screen there, the drive gear for the oil pump. So yeah, let's I'll get my stuff sorted and we'll turn the engine over. Now, I just got a good look at the timing gear, the lower gear. Looked okay. I'm just trying to position this so I can see this main oil pump gear okay. And yeah, we'll give it a rotate, see what we can see. Now also in the foreground there, you can also see the crankshaft position sprocket. So that's for the key phaser for the crankshaft. So the ECU knows where it's looking at, and that's kind of a good design. I'm going to try and hold that position while I'm trying to hold that position so I could take this head unit down to the ground with me, and so I can spin it over and keep an eye on it. So if I see anything, I can stop. Now, if I spent a little bit more money and got something I could move the angle around, then it wouldn't be that much of an issue, would it? Got this in a real good spot now. Whether I can hold that when I move down underneath the car, I don't know. We'll see. It's spinning on me. Might be just enough. Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything on these gears. Well, I am not seeing any physical issues on this gear train. Nothing that I can see visually, at least, anyway. Pretty sure we done a revolution there. So the timing chain gear, I can't see any issues with. I've had a look at the chain, spun that around as much as I can. Can't see any missing cracked links or anything like that. That main drive gear looks okay. The driven gear for the oil pump looks okay. I know the gear for the power steering pump is okay because I've physically had that out. So I guess that is just going to be leaving possibly the oil pump. Now I can get in to have an okay look at the oil pump. I do need to remove the harmonic balancer, and then there is a plate on the end of the timing cover that we can pull off, and behind that is the oil pump. So as far as I can see visually inside the engine, it looks okay. I'm not convinced that's the issue there. If it is something going on with the oil pump itself, that's easy to replace with just the harmonic balancer off. I'll probably remove the radiator just for a bit better access, especially because the bolts that hold the cover plate for the oil pump on are a Phillips head, and they are notorious for getting rounded off if you're not doing things right. So yeah, I'll take the radiator out. It'll give us a bit better access, limit the opportunity for rounding off. Probably replace those with just some in-hex or maybe some Torx bits, Torx screws. They are a countersunk bolt, so yeah, easy enough to get my replacement at my preferred bolt store. So yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping to find something. Well, I was hoping to find something, but not hoping to find something, because to get into that part of the engine to actually remove and replace some of those parts is a nightmare. It might be easier just to change the whole engine out, but anyway, yeah, oil pump, that'll be the next thing I get into. So in order to get the bolt out for the harmonic balancer, you're going to need some heavy duty tooling. I've got a big 3/4 inch breaker bar, which I'm going to use to undo that. From all reports, if you're using 1/2 inch drive, you're highly likely to break your 1/2 inch drive tooling. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, in regards to cracking it loose, I'm just going to hopefully use the old chassis leverage and bump it over the starter motor, hopefully undo it that way. I do need a new torque wrench, a 3/4 inch drive torque wrench for when I put that bolt back in the harmonic balancer, because that's 412 Newton meters. So yeah, you got to lean off that sucker. Anyway, that sounds like a opportunity for next time. So yeah, I got to get myself sorted out. This is just an ongoing long process, and I just never have enough time to get it all done in one hit. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Get to follow along for this shitstorm of a journey and see where it winds up. Yeah, I'd love to know where it's going to end up as well myself. But anyway, thanks to channel members as well, Dave, Byron, Rob and Jay. Much appreciated. If you want to be a channel member as well, certainly appreciate it. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, people.